Great to have you with us at 5 o'clock. I'm Joe Donlin.
And I'm Jim Williams. Right to breaking news. We're learning new information about a shooting that injured a Chicago police officer and a teenager today in Englewood.
Our Darius Johnson live with new details just in from police. Darius?
Jim and Joe, good evening to you both. Yes, police are calling this an investigatory stop, which led to an accidental discharge of a gun, injuring an officer and a 16-year-old. Both of them were taken to the hospital where they are both expected to be okay. And here we are 5 hours later. You can still see the significant police presence behind me here in Englewood. However, I want you to hear the sheer panic in dispatch audio from earlier this afternoon.
Officer shot. Yo, send this shot also.
Around 12:30 this afternoon, Chicago police stopped an individual who they noticed was armed. This individual was 16 years old with a gun in his waistband. As two officers tried to disarm the teen, the gun tucked in the front of his waistband went off, hitting the teen in the groin. That bullet went through and through, then striking the officer in the leg. So one bullet, and technically no shots were fired by the individual or police. This just appears to be a discharge of a gun. The officer was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he is expected to be okay. That teen was taken to Stroger, where he is also expected to be okay. Outside University of Chicago Medical Center about an hour ago, we heard from Superintendent Larry Snelling and Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson. Take a listen at what they had to say.
We look at people who are armed with weapons. Every one of those encounters has the potential to end with deadly force.
You know, this is yet another example of why it's important that law enforcement has all the tools that it needs in order to provide the type of safety and security that the people of Chicago deserve.
Now, Snelling says they have been able to review body camera footage of the incident from this afternoon. He also adds that the officer shot has only been with the department since 2018. Again, here we are 5 hours later. Definitely this police presence is not as significant as it was earlier this afternoon. That's because they've been able to gather a lot of the evidence as this investigation continues. One thing, just speaking to this neighborhood where we are right now, we're at 57th and Shields, and just a block over on Princeton, there is Jesse Sherwood Elementary. There was at one point this afternoon where teachers were leaving the school to be able to get many of their vehicles, which were in this crime scene perimeter, and then they were able to go back to the school. So definitely it just shows to how this was still a neighborhood still trying to operate as this investigation was taking place. We're live in Englewood this evening. I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News Chicago.
Darius, thank you.
We dug more into this. In fact, in our research, we found that just more than a year ago, another Chicago police officer was shot on this very same block during a traffic stop. That officer was shot in the hand.